USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had the trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I found I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school. This class is the best. This is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show on ARB UK Television. Let's roll the titles and let's get on with the show. Well, we've got another packed show for you today, starting off with some of the royal news. Unfortunately, my colleague Helena CHARD, she's in Sweden today, but she will be back next week to add her views on the royal family at the same time. But starting off with Kate. It has been announced, hopefully, that Kate may appear on Saturday on Trooping the Colour at Buckingham Palace. Now, she hasn't been seen virtually all years since she actually did the video saying that she had cancer a few months ago in March. So from that time onwards, she's been out of action and out of the public eye at the same time. So everybody is hoping that Kate is so much better now and that she is recovering from it enough to actually commemorate with King Charles the Trooping of the Colour and appear on the balcony at Buckingham Palace tomorrow. It's going to be a great day if it is, because it's the King's official birthday as well, Trooping the Colour. And I know that as he is recovering from cancer at the same time, the reality is that he will be delighted to see his daughter-in-law back again close to him, and there may be even the children as well. So watch this space next week and we will tell you more about what has happened at Trooping the Colour. And we move on from that to Camilla, Queen Camilla, who loves the London Garden Museum. Now, she is saying at the moment, this museum, she actually wants to nudge, yes, that was the right word, King Charles out of the patronage of this place of great worth and gardening, because she wants to become the patron instead. And she is saying at the moment, for goodness sake, I've done more for this centre even than Charles has. I've visited more times than Charles, and I really fancy being the patron of this group as well at the same time. So she's paid visits to this centre, which was deconsecrated St Mary's at Lambeth Church, and is a permanent collection and temporary exhibition site for famed garden designer Dan Pearson, who helped to organise it in the first place. So it sounds like Camilla, when she wants to have something, hopefully she gets it. So it'll be interesting to see where the green-fingered Camilla can actually nudge King Charles out of the way. And then poor old King Charles is coming in for it this week as well, because the painting that was created at the Philip Mould Gallery by Jonathan Yeo, in reality, it's been desecrated by two animal rights demonstrators who put on a Wallace and Gromit character over the top of his face. Now, I suppose some have a bit of a chuckle at this as well. Unfortunately, I'm told that there was a perspex cover over the top of the painting, so the painting itself has not been touched. But in reality at the moment as well, I'm not sure about the painting anyway, if I'm really honest. I think it's not quite the type of painting that I would say suits King Charles, but that's just my personal opinion on it. But having Wallace and Gromit face put on it as well, I think quite honestly at the moment, that's a step too far. And fortunately, as I say, a perspex cover is over the painting because they must have realised that this might be targeted at the Philip Mould Gallery in London. And so they realised, obviously, that to create something like this as a barrier. But in reality, you know, poor old King Charles this week, he wanted to ride to Trooping the Colour tomorrow on a horse, and he's not been allowed to. He's been told to sit in a carriage. The cancer is going away and you are recovering from cancer. Don't push your luck. And now to have Wallace and Gromit pasted over his face of his latest portrait is perhaps a step too far for poor old King Charles. But then moving forward at the moment, Prince William has been visiting the England team before they went to Germany for the Euros. And he gave one piece of advice. This is an interesting piece of advice because he told the whole team, eat like a prince. Eat like a prince. Well, he should know because presumably that's what he does every day of the week, being the Prince of Wales. But in reality, I thought it's a strange comment to make. It's almost like, let them eat cake type of situation from the past. And so I think, quite honestly, at the moment, yes, he's out there anyway. He's going to be in Germany to attend the England versus Denmark match. And hopefully he's had something to eat. And hopefully the England team find their way forward and win the Euro Cup this time around. But guys, remember what Prince William says, eat like a prince. Now, the next story is an interesting story anyway, because it was one of the runaway horses that happened on the 24th of April this year, from the actual horses that are for the household cavalry. And they were out on exercise, and then some of the horses were spooked by debris from a building site falling onto the ground, the noise. And so they galloped through the streets of London instead. And one of them, as you can see, the black horse here, Tennyson, was quite severely hurt during this escapade through London, and was finally caught and was put to really pasture in one of the Troop in the Colour sites, one of the household cavalry sites, for a full recovery. Apparently now he's made a full recovery, Tennyson, and now the horse will be appearing again, yes, at Troop in the Colour tomorrow. There's a lot going to be happening with Troop in the Colour. And finally, and probably the saddest thing that is happening this week, today is the 7th anniversary of the Grenfell fire that took so many lives in London 7 years ago. And the whole building was alight and people were aghast at it. And it is still the procedures going forward, the examination of what happened at Grenfell Tower is still being looked at. And I think it doesn't finish till, I think it's 2 years' time. So we just remember the people of Grenfell Tower. It is, you know, and it is such a sad story, but there were so many heroics afterwards, and the people who have now really find their new lives, we give them all our best wishes. So now we're just going to take a short break, and we're going to bring on the latest Miss England, who's just won the title. Stay tuned. So welcome back. I now have Miller McGee, the new Miss England, on the show today. Welcome.
Hello, hi.
Goodness me. So, young lady, fabulous young lady. And I always say, where's my crown? No one ever gives me a crown. I'm a royal correspondent. I work across the world and no one ever gives me a crown. But anyway, who am I to complain when I've got Miss England?
We all have our own crowns.
Who am I to complain?
We all wear our own.
So, what's it like to be Miss England?
I am absolutely so excited and proud to be representing our beautiful country that is England, and I'm so excited to embark on this journey to the 72nd Miss World next year. I am just as much in the dark as everyone else on where it might be and when it is, but wherever it is, I am so excited to embark on this journey and indulge in the culture and to really get to know the place that will be for a month, and Julia, and take this next year to really promote my Beauty with a Purpose project, Go Far with CPR. Julia Morley founded Beauty with a Purpose in 1972, a charity that supports young women and girls to support the sick and disadvantaged. And the whole ethos behind Miss England and Miss World is Beauty with a Purpose and charity. And when I really gave the time to educate on what Miss England and Miss World stands for, I could not be more proud to raise awareness for what the causes actually are and to stand with the other girls and other countries that I'll be standing with in next year.
Excellent. Now, you suffered anxiety when you were at school years ago, and partly because at that time you were considered perhaps slightly overweight.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us how you've actually moved on in your life to actually now show to the women right across the world, you are beautiful.
Oh, so absolutely, you are correct there. When I was younger, I did suffer with mental health and anxiety because briefly, a long story short, I was bullied for the way that I looked. I was born and raised in London and born into lifestyles that I guess you could say has a stereotypical view of what women should look like, and I did not look that way. I was happy, I was healthy, but I wasn't your stereotypical woman of what the media pictured. But I was happy and healthy, and I suffered a lot. And with that, I guess I'm taking along with my campaign now that we don't have a look to a number, and taking away that narrow-minded view that we have of what the media have stereotypically viewed women as. It's about taking a representation like we've had back in years ago of beautiful Marilyn Monroe, and appreciating that women's physiques are different. Every shape is different, every shape is beautiful, but not one size fits all, if that makes sense.
I totally agree. I mean, people don't realise Marilyn Monroe was size 18. No one ever realised that as well at the same time. So you went to Cornwall, and now you trained in surf and found a love of the water. Tell me about that.
So this is correct. So at a time when I struggled mentally because of what I previously mentioned with, body image and, struggling with pressures around me to sort of fit in and conform, I found a love of the water. I've always been a water baby. I've always swum ever since I was a little girl. And with that love of the water came a passion for surfing. And as soon as I could, I moved down to Newquay. I became a lifeguard because I've always had a passion for training in this life-saving skill and having the knowledge to save a life with my bare hands. Both of my grandfathers passed away due to heart attacks. And on my paternal side, my auntie was present but did not know how to perform CPR. And it took an hour for the ambulance to respond. And the NHS website does state that if a member of the general public collapses, the difference is with someone knowing how to perform CPR or basic first aid. So I posed the question, why is this not being taught at educational level to our younger generations? And that really is what's drawn me to creating this foundation, Go Far with CPR, and promoting it to take it across schools nationwide and hopefully around the world.
Well, we can certainly help you with that as well. One of our main contacts is 800 schools across Britain. So we will, perhaps we can talk to you offline and give you a connection together on that. And so Beauty with a Purpose, tell me about this.
So, as I mentioned before briefly, Beauty with a Purpose was founded by Julia Morley in 1972, and it's a charity that helps women and girls in their skills to help the sick and disadvantaged or people around the world. And that's my Beauty with a Purpose project is Go Far with CPR, which is aimed at bringing CPR and basic first aid compulsory into the school curriculum. So by talking already with my local MP, as well as volunteering at my local St John's ambulance, I hope to lobby Parliament at getting this skill mandatory across, starting off nationwide and then eventually across the world.
And I think that's a great purpose at the same time.
Thank you. The skills to save a life are universal, and it's a skill that, defibrillators are being placed up and down the country, which is an acknowledgement from the government at the importance of this skill. But what learning CPR and first aid does, it teaches our younger generations how to save a life with their bare hands.
Absolutely right. So Miller, what's the dream?
Oh, well, the dream for me would be to one day have this skill taught mandatory in schools to really equip our future generations with the skill to help save a life. Another part of my campaign is also sustainable living. As a surfer and lifeguard, I see the impact plastic pollution has on our oceans and environment, and the snowball effect that has on our marine life, ecosystems, and eventually us. And I have a motto, it's the simple things we can do for a bigger positive impact for the future of our planet, because we only have one planet, and if the planet isn't healthy and safe, we aren't healthy and safe.
And Miller, how important is it for ladies, I think you're a size 16, how important is it for girls of your size, of any size, to enter competitions like Miss England?
It's so important because I really want to be a representation of Miss England isn't about that anymore, about turning up and looking pretty or rocking up with a swimsuit in your suitcase. It's about your purpose. It's about your passions and what you can do to be a positive role model for your community and your country. And I hope embarking on this journey, my main purpose is to, as well as promote my project, but make our country proud, because the whole ethos behind Miss England is your project and your passions and charity.
Excellent. So, Miller, what would be the advice to your, say, 10-year-old self at school?
I would say believe in yourself. Don't forget about what people are telling you on the surface. If you stay true to yourself, you're kind, that's all that matters. And if you're passionate about what you're doing and you believe in what you're doing, that is the drive to get you further in life. Not about what society tells you is right or wrong. I like to say to the children when I go to schools, you are in charge of your destiny. If you believe something enough, that's what you should focus on, because everyone has a dream and it's achievable if you set your mind to it, you stay true to yourself and you're kind and you work hard. That is what matters in life, not about what you look like or what size you wear. You know, body fluctuates over your years, and that's going to happen, and that's okay. You know, it's not about having this look to a number anymore. You know, what is a size 16? You know, that might look different to me compared to someone else. So it's about taking away that look that we have to a number. Absolutely,
I totally agree with you. So what type of things are you looking forward to in your year in office?
Well, I cannot wait to I'm very much someone where I might be sat here in a crowded sash now, but I'm very much someone that likes to get down and dirty and get down with the kids and, you know, really get involved. So I'm very excited to do a lot more charity work. A part of my fundraising as well was beach cleans, actively hosting and attending, because I really feel like there's immunity in community. And when you unite together as a community, the difference is abundant and we can all make a difference. And that's the biggest lesson Miss England has taught me so far. And on this journey to the 72nd Miss World next year is, you know, it doesn't matter. We're so multicultural and we think that we are worlds apart, but we're really not. At the end of the day, it all comes back. We're all the same and we all have the same intentions. We all just, you know, it's all about creating a positive community and a positive legacy for our future generations.
Excellent. So finally, just give us a little bit of information on CPR. What is the sort of just the main aspects of CPR?
So the main aspects I like to say, when you perform CPR, you are keeping that person alive and you are breathing for that person. So there's a lot of things that people don't know that is so simple behind the skill. A little clue as well, a little fun fact, when someone's having signs of having a heart attack, you should always encourage them to cough. And not a lot of people know that, because what that does is that opens up the chest ways when you cough. So there's a lot of tricks that you can learn as well with this skill that can help in those situations. But really what this does is it's helping the ambulance and the NHS before they arrive to the scene, and it's keeping that person alive.
Well, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Well done, good luck, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Now, welcome back. So now we have the wonderful Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence. Philip, good afternoon to you.
Hello, Ian. An absolute pleasure to see you, and thoughts to Helena, wherever she may be.
Yeah, she's in Sweden today, and bless her heart, she tried to get on, but all sorts of things were against her today, but she will be back next week. So, Philip, I've just been talking to Miller McGee, who is the new Miss England. And when she was young, she was taunted at school about her weight and her size. And she had to leave school in Knightsbridge in London and went to Cornwall, where she became a lifeguard and has really been working on issues like CPR, trying to get CPR into schools across Britain at the same time, because she is a member of the St John's Ambulance Brigade. What is the advice that you would give to women that, who have gone through that in their childhood and in their school days and are now trying to find their way in the world?
Wow. Well, firstly, I'm really sorry to hear that, because there's no room in this world for bullying and bullies. There really and truly isn't. It's not appropriate. It's not acceptable on any front. We're all born differently. We're all born unique. And here at the British School of Excellence, we absolutely champion that. And I just want to share with everyone out there that this week we have just been running Train the Trainer. And when I say we've been running Train the Trainer, I have women of all shapes and sizes that are on this program with us from all over the world: Thailand, India, America. We've got Kuwait, we've got Saudi Arabia, we have got people who have come all the way from Austria. It is unbelievable, the caliber and quality of these amazing women. I have been working this week with 14 women, from doctors to doctorates to just powerhouses. That energy in that room, the talent in that room could save most of the world's problems if we just locked them away, I can assure you that. And I'm a huge fan of women, no matter what shape or size or anything that is untoward from people who say that it is inappropriate and they go out there and tease people. Our guidance and steering with anybody out there is you are unique, and don't let other people tarnish you as an individual. Be around people that appreciate you, be around people that energize you, and be around people that give you that lift and that kick every single day and that support you through thick and thin, no matter what.
Bless you. And so are there practices that you can teach people as well, or women especially, on how to gain more confidence?
Most definitely, Ian. We do this through various different channels. One of them is working on your emotional intelligence and giving you the key and the skills to working and developing your EQ. The beautiful thing for those of you out there, there's the IQ. IQ is something, our intelligent quotient, which we can't really increase or do much with, but our emotional intelligence we can build and we can grow. So firstly, for anyone out there, and especially for Miss England, is the beautiful thing about this journey is that sometimes you may ask yourself, why did that happen to me? Why me? Why me? Or ask yourself, why did it happen for me? Because there are certain things in life that become a trigger. There are certain things in life that push us to be better than we were yesterday and to do things that we never believed we could. Every single one of us out there has the ability to make a change in our life. Every single one of us out there has the ability to go out there and be who they want to be and do what they want to do. It's very much ensconced in our brain. And that's the beautiful thing is when we understand the importance and the power of coaching and guidance and mentoring, we can really make that change. We really and truly can. But the only key factor is you have to want to make that change. Because we can deliver and coach you till the cows come home, all we want. But if you're not prepared to go out there and implement these tools and be the individual who wants to change, unfortunately, there's not a huge amount that anyone can really do for you. The power of your etiquette, your manners, how you make people feel is a key to helping you move forward in life.
And I believe as well, you obviously have all sorts of other opportunities for people, for example, with how they style themselves, how they present themselves, how they walk, they talk, and so forth. Just give a little bit more on that, please. Absolutely.
So if anybody out there thinks our organization is all about etiquette and manners, really please think again. It is so much deeper than that. It's all about giving and building confidence within anyone who walks through the door, whether it be a 6-year-old or whether it be the oldest woman that's walked through the door is 74 years old. We really do look at each person as one size fits one, because Ian and I, we know each other, but Ian not necessarily wants to be dealt with and treated like I might want to be dealt with and treated, and vice versa. So we elevate things into what we call the platinum rule, and we work with people and give them these quintessential tools, whether it be presenting yourself, whether it be standing in front of the room presenting to an audience, whether it be your posture, your poise, right down to sitting at a table with a knife and fork or a pair of chopsticks. Whatever it is out there that is holding you back, I promise you we will endeavor to give you the tools and the skill set that you require to make those changes.
So is there a golden rule where, when someone hasn't got a great deal of confidence and they're going into a large room of people, is there a golden rule to help them?
I think for me, the golden rule is look at the 3 case scenarios. What is the worst thing that might happen? Do you think someone's going to bark at you or bite you? I very much doubt that. Otherwise, you're definitely walking into the wrong rooms. And I say that and actually jest with a lot of our students in person. I actually growl like, and they jump back. And I said, do you think anyone's going to do that? So that is something I really want people to understand, is always think about what's the worst that could possibly happen. And if you weigh it up and start on that note, and you really come up with the worst case, and it might be you drop a glass of water or you trip over a carpet as you walk in, well, is that really bad? So be it. What's the most likely case? The most likely case is, if you go up to people and say, hello, my name is Philip, may I join your conversation? the most likely thing is people will open up and say, please join us. My name is so-and-so, and make an introduction. Read people's body language. That is something we really focus on. If there are two people huddling and having a little bit tete-a-tete and it looks confidential, private, then veer in a different direction and find people that are more open as they stand and as they're engaging with each other. They may be laughing and smiling. Go out there and just tap someone on the shoulders and introduce yourself. And again, what's the worst? They're not going to bark at you, I can assure you. The most likely thing is they're going to say, please join us. And
Absolutely.
The best case out of this whole thing is, boom, they embrace you. You make new friends, you make new contacts, and please, ladies and gentlemen, remember, it is so important to have this human-to-human interaction. We have gone through so much over the last 4 or 5 years. There's been such a shift in so many directions, and we can put that down to technology, we can put that down to COVID, we can put that down to people now in the microwave society, instant movement, instant gratification, boom, they want things quickly. But we really need to start focusing on this human-to-human interaction, and the best case scenario is you build a friend or friends, and you build a beautiful network for yourself.
Perfect. So just very briefly, Philip, how can people get in contact with you?
Please reach out to us at www.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Please email us at hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. We have a WhatsApp number on our website. We have a normal telephone number on our website, and we love engaging and embracing and meeting people.
Philip, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. It's good to see you again. See you again next week. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good weekend.
So can I thank the team at ALB UK TV, Lissy, the director, and also Helena Castrati, who is a great support in creating this show in the first place. Can I thank Jacqueline Kerbeck from USA Global TV for actually her help in putting the show out across the world. And of course, I hope my friend Helena CHARD is having a great week away from work at the moment. She's in Sweden, bless her heart, and I hope to see her back again next week. So for me, Ian Pelham Turner, have a great week and see you again.